students and the reactions to the Eastern Michigan football team going to a bowl game. The Eastern Michigan football team will be traveling to the Bahamas for its first bowl game since the 1987 season when the team was known as the Hurons. Today I'm here with senior Josh Starr, who is a student at EMU. Hello, Josh.
Hello, Evan.
What are your thoughts on the football team season this year?
Can I hold this? Please. Thank you. I am surprisingly impressed with how the football team's performed this year. Going into last year, I didn't expect much for their performance that year. This year, I thought maybe 3 wins. They ended up coming out with 7. I'm very proud of the players. I'm proud of the program. I'm proud of the coach. I did not see this coming, and I'm excited for a couple of years to come.
And how do you feel about the game being in the Bahamas and not being close to Eastern?
Look, if the NCAA gave Eastern a choice to choose between a couple bowls, and one of them was in Detroit, they definitely should have gone with that one. I think for Eastern, the best thing they needed was a fan base there, which you would get if you went to Detroit or Chicago or someplace nearby. I understand why they went to the Bahamas. I do. I think it's going to be a great experience for their players, and they deserve it. But if they wanted great attention or if they wanted a good fan support base there, they should have definitely gone with a nearby area like Detroit with Quicken Loans or Little Caesar, something along those lines.
Have you been to any games, and if so, have you noticed a different environment this year?
I've been to several games, one of which was the homecoming game. I think they had 20-something thousand people there, which was definitely a different environment. It was extremely impressive. You don't usually get those for Eastern fans. There's actually a lot of fans in the area. They're just like, yeah, Eastern's here. They're cool. When they start winning, they come out of the woodwork a little bit. Most of them are also Michigan fans, so they spend their Saturdays rooting for Michigan instead of Eastern. But no, I was impressed with some of the turnout. At some games, not so much, but I think it was definitely a fair increase from last year.
Why do you think there are so many students that are much more Michigan than Eastern Michigan, even though they attend Eastern Michigan?
Because for the same reason why you're more of a Roll Tide person if you're going to the University of Birmingham. It's because when you root for the team that you grew up rooting for, and in this area you grew up rooting for U of M or State or maybe even Ohio State, you didn't grow up rooting for Eastern. You grew up for maybe where your parents went or how they grew up rooting for and things along those lines. And if you went to Eastern, then it's likely you grew up being a Michigan fan too or something along those lines. Or at the very least, you like to see a team win enough where you build loyalty, like Michigan. Michigan has some very loyal fans. They have a lot of bandwagon fans too. State, a lot of loyal fans. Ohio State, loyal fans, bandwagon fans, all that stuff. Eastern doesn't have as strong loyalty with their fans, but they got fans. But obviously the primary would be U of M or MSU.
Even though you're a senior, do you plan on watching and supporting EMU football in the future?
If I get the station somehow, then yeah, I'll watch a game.
Awesome. Thank you for talking to me. Eastern Michigan will face off against Old Dominion in the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl on December 23rd at 1 p.m. on ESPN. The game will mark the 3rd bowl game in history of the Eastern Michigan football program.